and I'm usually up on current events. I was in the weight room yesterday, and Stack told me, he said, "Did you hear about what's going on in Israel?" I said, "No, what?" I had no idea any of that was going on. So, anyway, hopefully, I think so.
So you were in your job, I guess, right?
I mean, I haven't seen the news. I haven't seen anything. So, anyway, who's got me?
So just a young group kind of ushering itself in here, new core kind of finding its way. How do you think the bye week helps with that, just building chemistry with this new rotation on the O-line?
Well, it gives us a chance, obviously, for more practice and to correct the mistakes, which we made several in the Virginia Tech game, and and it gave us another week to play together and play as a unit and try to build that cohesiveness that we need to have. So I thought it was very beneficial.
Dave, how many?
More mental and physical?
Well,
Well,
I'm trying to think. I didn't have a ton of mental errors. Most of them were really physical mistakes. We just, we've got to maintain our blocks in the run game, and we have to pass protect better. We're too inconsistent.
Dave, you mentioned cohesive. How many of the mistakes are just guys trying to figure out how to play next to each other and get that communication down?
Yeah, I don't know that it was communication necessarily. It was just individual, snafus. Guys not maintaining a block. It wasn't really guys necessarily going in the wrong direction, but it was more just physical. We got to get it done kind of mistakes. We ran a wide zone to our left, and they ran up pressure with the two inside linebackers, and the guard missed it. I got on him really fast. He missed it, and it got tracked down. I think that was a 2-yard loss. I mean, we got to be able to make those blocks.
Do you think your guys feel any extra pressure knowing that it's a guy under center making his first career start this week?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I've had no conversation with them about it, and no one's asked me anything. Do they talk about it in the locker room? Maybe. They probably do, but I haven't had any conversation with them. It's kind of, for us, it doesn't matter who's back there. We gotta get our job done.
You said Terrence played pretty well when he made his first start. How did he do against Virginia Tech? Does he keep kind of trending in the right direction?
Yeah, he is trending in the right direction. And I don't know if I think I mentioned this. I've been anxious for a long time to get Terrence on the field because he's such a conscientious young guy and such a hard worker, and it's been good to have him out there, and it's there's some on the job training for him as well, as there is for those other young guys that haven't been out there, or in some cases older guys that are on the field for the first time.
If and when Jake comes back, would you be inclined to keep Terrence at center and maybe slide Jake back out to guard, or have you thought that far ahead?
I have considered that, but we'll see how that goes. Jake got some good work in today. I always liked Jake better at guard in the past. He played at center out of necessity last year. His natural position is guard, but if you're a guard, all the guards learn how to snap. So we'll see how that goes. When he comes back.
How's Ryan done after a couple games now? Seeing
his protection was better last week. I had him for no sacks, which was not the case the week before against who did we play? North Carolina. So I think he's making some progress for sure.
I saw that Jason Collier is a sole starter at right guard and B.J. Williams is backup. What was the decision that led to that for this week?
Well, BJ's doing a heck of a job for us, and but he's a true freshman, and it's I keep saying it, it's on the job training for him too, and we'll see. I think we've played him in 3 games, so we'll see. We can play him in 4 and still redshirt him. So I've got at least one more with him, but we'll see how that goes. But I like BJ. I think he's doing a good job. Jason gives me an older guy in there with a little more experience that has been in some games in the past. So we'll see how that all falls this week.
Probably won't rotate much on the offensive line, but are there any other younger guys, maybe not true freshmen, redshirt freshmen, sophomore, that kind of thing, that you'd like to see on the field a little
Yeah,
bit?
well, if I did, I'd have them out there, but there are some guys that are definitely trending that way. You know, Terrence Enos is a guy that has improved a lot. He's playing a backup right tackle. Jackson Brown's a redshirt freshman. I have him at guard. He's a guy that is trending in the right direction. Both those young guys are doing a heck of a job for us. Dorian Ford, you know, we moved over from defense in the spring, and in the spring, and he's done a nice job. He's improving daily. So yeah, there's a few of them. You know, Ty Ray, we've brought. You know, I kept Ty Ray up with us last week to give him some reps. He was up with us today, got a little bit of work, and I think he's going to be a really good player in the future.
What are the key points of emphasis when you have a young offensive lineman and you're trying to teach them about play extension when the quarterback leaves the pocket? How do they kind of up their awareness in that regard?
That's a good question. I'm just trying to up their awareness on the line of scrimmage when the ball's being run, and and it's and we're protecting. But usually, if the quarterback leaves the pocket, that means something's broken down. And the big thing really for them is once that ball breaks the line of scrimmage, you know, whether it's a throw or a quarterback run, we got to go cover it. You know, we got to go protect our guy, and I guess that would be the biggest point of emphasis. But you know, and that's certainly talked about. But my biggest concern is just play to play and making sure that we get our job done.
Dave, as a group, what gets this offense jump started?
Well, I think as I tell them, okay, how this room rides is how this team will ride. You know, and the piece we have to improve the most on right now is pass protection, because that gives us the ability and the potential to score more points. You know, we want to be able to run the ball. There's no doubt about that. But you know, we have to be able to pass protect, and if we can improve, and I think we're heading in the right direction, if we can improve in that area, then that will help everybody, the quarterback, the receivers, and our point production. And that'll be a big challenge this week, because these guys don't have a good pass rusher. They got like 6 of them. You know, so we're gonna have we'll have a great challenge this weekend, certainly, with those guys.
I was going to ask you about that. They had 5 sacks against Notre Dame. And
Oh.
how are they attacking? Are they blitzing a lot? Are they just getting a lot of 4-man pressures? What are they doing?
They kind of do whatever they want to do. You know, when they pressure, they pressure. And it got home against Notre Dame. You know, if you watch the game, the left tackle looked like the left tackle got run over. He actually, you know, it was a hell of a rush by 95, but he got tripped by the guard and he got a sack out of it. And it was a heck of a rush. But they can get you on a 4-man rush, and when they pressure, they can get you on a pressure. So, you know, there's a lot of line movement relative to 2-man twists, 2-man games, and 3-man games. You know, so they do a good job they do a great job, really, of mixing it up and, you know, and keeping you off balance that way.
Anything final? Coach is